students, today we will study about the arousal approach to motivation. In the arousal theory, people are said to have an optimal level of tension that they seek to maintain by increasing or decreasing stimulation. Task performance suffers if the level of arousal is too high or too low. When levels of arousal are too low, we seek excitement and tasks that raise our energy. For example, if our level drops too low, we may go to a party, watch a scary movie, or engage in a risky task like gambling in order to raise our level of arousal. On the other hand, if our level of arousal is too high, we may seek relaxing activities like reading a book, taking a nap, or working out to relieve stress. For most tasks, a moderate level of arousal is the best. Similar to the derived reduction theory, the arousal theory states that people are constantly seeking a state of balance where their state of arousal is at productive balance. Optimal arousal levels are different for every individual. Some may need a higher level of arousal in order to effectively perform tasks, while others need very little arousal. This explains why some people are constantly engaged in risky tasks like extreme sports and why some people are laid back and easygoing. The differences in optimal levels of arousal are often attributed to differences in personality. The Yerkes-Dodson law. The Yerkes-Dodson law was developed in 1908 to help predict performance and arousal level. Despite differences in optimal levels of arousal among the people, most people still require a relatively moderate state of arousal in order to be motivated to perform basic tasks. The law states that performance increases with physiological or mental arousal, but only up to a point. When levels of arousal become too high, performance decreases due to increased anxiety. A common example is when students prepare to take a test, a moderate level of stress and arousal allows for students to be more alert and prepared for the test. However, too much arousal can cause students to develop anxiety, while too little arousal can cause students to approach the test with a laid back attitude. The principles of this law are depicted with the bell curve. Here, the representation in the diagram is showing that with the increase in the stress, there is an increase in the performance. But it is a bell-shaped curve. It is showing that when there is a increase in the stress, then there is a performance, but up to an optimal level, and at that level the optimal performance is shown. But after that level there is a distress that leads to fatigue, exhaustion, ill health, breakdown, and burnout. We are also seeing in the diagram that when the stress level is very less, then bored and calmness is there. So here diagram is saying that certain level of stress is necessary and optimal level of stress is required for optimal performance, but a higher level of stress leads to distress and decreased performance. So this is all about the arousal theory of motivation.